Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pathfinding's Adventure Friends. That's what the title I went with. Iron Gods. We have here basically all of the usual suspects minus Greg. Um, but
Though Greg will be popping in and out periodically, he wants to come in when he can.
uh, um, but we do not have them for Shattered Star, and I am not GMing.
Hello, that would be me.
Yes, so we're playing the Adventure Path Iron Gods. I know essentially not much about it. I mean, I know the basics of how it works. Um, but uh, um,
Basically, this will be my first time like really doing a whole GM, so y'all get to be here for all my newbie blunders and all the fun stuff.
uh,
Like when I make mistakes and everyone's like, that doesn't happen.
believe me, same thing with me. Same with me. I don't know if you've seen the early sessions. Ben was here for those. Well, for a percentage of them. So yeah, we are still waiting on a guy, but while we do, we are still getting stuff finalized. So I know I don't have very much, so I'll say first. Um, so the only thing that's different from the last time you saw my character sheet is that since you said I could buy one scroll, I went ahead and bought two because I assumed two would be fine as well. And I wound up because I bought a scroll of enlarged person. I changed enlarged person that I had prepared to Greece,
Okay. I
and
mean,
all.
my only thing was that I didn't want you buying like something crazy, like spell level 25, and I'm like, wait.
And
You
I
can't
every
use a scroll of that level yet.
yeah well
Yet the level of check he'd need to pass is something he cannot viably attain right now outside of a nat 20.
no
I'm aware of
inside
that.
of
I
a nat
just was,
20 I can't. But yeah,
exaggerating.
both of those I say bought them. What I mean is that I used scribe scroll, so they're both
Hmm.
things that Skizit can make himself.
Okay.
Um, and I just did that to say that he had done that on the way over to this town or something. In fact,
Okay.
probably precisely he did it over on the way to this town.
Also, make sure all the tokens are present for everyone.
The only one that I don't have, um, Leon, Darby, can you boys move your tokens?
It should.
Um, I'm in a completely different interface at the moment, and I can't exit out.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to double check that you guys can move when you get a chance. Let me know. Um,
Okay.
the only the only one I do not have, the only ones I don't have tokens for is um Ben.
I sent you mine last night. You even
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yeah, that's the only one I don't have, but I can make that in like
Well,
point 0.2
you don't need
seconds.
to make it. You don't need to make it. I sent you the already made token. You literally just drag and drop.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did
hey.
too. Remade mine, so.
Awesome. Give me just a sec.
I
I'll drag
said
and
you
drop.
even
I didn't
acknowledged I
I
sent it
didn't have
last
a
night.
chance.
Hmm.
Huh?
You even acknowledged that I sent it last night.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't like I saw it pop up on my phone and just typed in okay, but I didn't like actually like look because I was in the middle of dealing with baby drama. So, sorry. That was my bad for acknowledging something I didn't actually see. See, look, he even did it in the same format. I'm so proud.
As a GM for 15 years of my RP career, making tokens for is pretty much just like, oh, okay, I need to make some tokens. Let's go.
Hmm.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I
Every one
seriously
of
don't
my
know what I
important
would do
NPCs
without
in my
token
games
tools.
gets a token too. So even though they only show up once.
I make a lot of tokens as well. I've got a massive, massive folder of them. It's just getting
Okay,
to
let
editing
me-
some of them gets really, really tedious, especially depending on what they are.
In the
Let
same
me
vein
make
as
sure everything is all
housekeeping,
squeaky
Oh,
clean
that
and
I
good.
crafting
photo
my
edit
own
all of
gear is
mine.
okay.
Get some good reference art. You just manipulate it and play with it and do stuff, make it look good, and then go. That's what I did with the image I was using here.
Yep. Alrighty. Can you move it, Ben?
Yep.
Alrighty. So yeah, I actually don't have a pick for Thomas yet. It's one of the things that I was gonna hope that he was there to uh like clarify. Also, I want to read Leon's story
Yep.
really, really quickly.
Let me know if it's cool if I can craft that stuff. Nothing changes except for money.
Alright, it is okay, Brain. We can do this. I know we haven't finished our first cup of coffee, but we can do it.
East.
Sorry, I'm giving myself a pep talk. I was up most of the night with baby kitten, so
Mm.
Yeah, I was almost up most of the night trying to play Warhammer 40k with one of my buddies over a program called Vassal, but it's just like they didn't know really any of the rules. I needed someone who actually knew them to teach me, so it just became really, really awkward immediately, and it's just like, yeah, I don't want to play unless I know the rules.
whoa.
Well,
Okay, sorry, I need to change the format on the thing that you sent me.
oh yeah, I just
Because
threw it into a text file, so.
yeah, no, it's like a monster stream of one sentence that's like gonna take forever to scroll through. Hold on.
Oh, you've got word wrapping. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, give me a sec. How do I undo word wrapping? I haven't looked at one of these files and I don't even know how long. I don't even know if I know how to. I don't even know if I remember how to do this.
See, that's all I ever
Ah,
use is Notepad++. It's coding and just everything in general.
word wrap.
Also,
There you
sorry
go.
about the chainsaw in the background. A dude's like hacking at some trees in his backyard or some shit.
It's okay.
That I
Oh, did
haven't
I?
heard.
It's also ironic because in this campaign module, I looked at the tech weapons because, know thy enemy and know what you will miss out on using since I'm a sorcerer. And holy crap, they have chainsaws.
Yeah.
Who have chainsaws?
It's the
Enemies.
part of the tech weapons.
Oh, oh yeah, that's right. The chainsaws do exist.
Anyone see Resident Evil 4 Batty, right?
And just having it on gives you a +2 circumstance bonus to intimidate.
That
Oh, guess what
makes
my
perfect
character
sense.
can do, FYI.
Mm.
I think she could actually use them. She'll have the checks needed to pass them later, so.
Mm.
So did you wind up going with the one that hurt your diplomacy?
Uh, well, technically, mechanically, it doesn't hurt diplomacy, but the character's design and what Blackened entails could hurt diplomacy, technically.
Okay, I was just wondering if I needed to change that other trait.
No. Mechanically, there's absolutely no difference.
Okay.
I'm just fluffing it off
Leon.
as she
Yeah.
hides the burns. So
So,
Okay. Can you specify a little bit more? Like, what are you looking at? Your question.
oh, basically, if I craft stuff myself, it gives me like 500 gold instead.
Okay. That doesn't. So, are you saying you want to be able to craft what it is you're wearing
Yeah,
in your
I have
thingy?
the skills to craft my weapons and armor, and
Okay.
if I do that, it drops the cost of them so that I can buy
Okay.
other things.
Oh, you can craft that already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just masterwork stuff.
Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't think. Okay. Yeah. Um.
Um,
Yeah. I don't see why that would be too difficult, especially with your background.
Cool.
So yeah, sheets.
All right. I've already made the
Um,
monetary changes.
okay. Um,
I'm just gonna grab some random potions and alchemy shit.
okay.
I
Do
like I
you
like that you're
guys?
getting this healing stuff when we have a healer walking around.
My character doesn't know that.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, that's right. We
ooh,
haven't met yet. We haven't met yet.
ooh.
And even if he does,
Actually,
Honest,
the
good little kid.
player's guide actually said that we have.
well,
Oh,
then
Um,
then it comes to
base.
the extent of I don't know how well you heal.
Um,
good try.
basically. Okay, about that. Um, basically, what the player's guide says is you guys have met and have never gone on an adventure before. I was thinking about ways to do that. Um, and I was thinking that um, of ways to make that happen. Um, so I can either introduce, my idea, or do you guys like have a one thing that you're set on like happening? Does that make
Some
sense?
More or
not
less.
or I don't really have anything that I'm set on happening. I mean, my uh
Yeah, that part doesn't fall under my job. Um, generally, I'm under the impression that we're all somewhere together and X happens and then kick ass.
yeah.
Same.
Okay. Give me just a second.
Yeah. While she's going that, I'll describe my character flavorfully and mechanically. Um, I am playing Skizit, the rat folk wizard. He is mechanically speaking, he is a conjurer focused on battlefield control and summoning, though he doesn't have the summoning spells just yet. He'll grab those at second level. Um, uh, the, Thematically, he is a typical rat folk. He's the son of a wealthy alchemist and a wizard, both of whom work basically as magic shop owners. Um, he has been fascinated with space, with the warping of space, and extra dimensional spaces and the like. Since he was very young, uh, he once spent the night in a bag of holding as a small child, just because he found it so interesting. Um, and he came to Numeria, the land of technology stuff, when he read in an obscure text that that something about the technology, something about someone or something using the warping of space to move or something like that, which is an application he's never heard of using that kind of thing for before. So he's here basically to try to find information about that and to just explore in general because rat folk are tinkerers and they're easily excited by trinkets. Um, so he is just kind of interested to see some of the little trinkets and little bits um, in the just that are just around.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm currently playing the two-weapon fighter Cordell. The general concept behind this was his parents were rich merchants, and they kept him at home, and living in Absalom, kind of sheltered life. Said, "Screw it, I'm gonna go be an adventurer." A couple years on a boat, taught him how to fish, how to protect people a little bit. Couple years up the river, taught him how to be better at protecting people, and then landing in Numeria, gave him a caravan job. Lack of water, says he needs to craft to make some money. So that's how he picked up that skill, and now we're in Torch, just kind of chilling out, waiting for the next job.
Uh,
Hmm.
okay, so I see a sixth token. Uh, by the way, is this campaign on the fast, medium, or slow XP track?
Let me double check that. I don't remember off the top of my head. Give me just a second.
Yeah.
I am fairly certain that it is medium, but I want to double check that just in case.
Uh,
Hmm.
it it probably is medium, but it could be fast. Like Rise of the Rune Lords, at least the anniversary edition is fast.
Yeah, it's medium.
Okay.
I sent another token to you via Skype. Could you use that one instead? I'm getting some interesting not fitting in the square issues over here on my end, and I'm trying to fix it.
Okay.
The new one I sent to you in Skype should be better.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
All right. While they're working that out, Darby, what about your character?
Um, one sec here. I gotta take care of some stuff, and I'll be able to introduce them. I'll show the picture here in a second since I'm stuck in another interface still, but I'll be out of it soon. My character is again my homebrew wolf person race that I have worked on. It was approved. People generally seem to like it, so I might as well.
Rep it.
Huh?
Rep it.
Rep it. Yeah, yeah. Give some more good reputation, etc., etc. But yeah, I. Oh yeah, I believe my character's name, because I haven't looked at the sheet in a while, is Carmina. Um, she was born to a family that honestly was really really low class, like not super super low, but just like low enough to where they could still live, but they might be a little bit spiteful towards the other classes, a little bit vindictive towards some people. And basically, when it was discovered she was a mage of sorts, her parents just were like, "Oh yay! We could finally have some prestige around here. We could finally tell some other people what to do. We could send our daughter off somewhere fancy to get trained and stuff." So basically, she was treated not like a person, but as like a figure, like a doll, basically, for a while, just trying to impress people and stuff. It wasn't pretty, and no one accepted her immediately. So, because of that, she never really had a full childhood. Because she never really had a full childhood, that's why she has some of the items she has. She has a little tin of candies and such that she keeps with her. But besides that, she is a sorcerer with the, I believe it's spatial or something bloodline. Basically, she's been touched by the cosmos pretty much. She'll be able to do crazy stuff with space eventually, be able to suck people out into the vacuum of space just with the flick of her wrist. And she's at Torch because after all of that, when she grew up, someone did finally take an interest in her talents, and after she had been given enough training to go out on her own, they were like, "Hey, yeah, go to Torch. You know, that place seems to be pretty scary right now." So yeah, that's her reasoning for being there.
Okay, Ben.
Yeah?
Um, where did your token go? Did you hide your token?
It was not the new one, I'm sure.
Oh, it actually was.
Interesting, because the clipping was still there.
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me try it again. The second one, the one, use a better token. Use that one instead.
Yeah, that one was made second time, because I'm seeing clipping on my end. I don't know what is causing it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
here
that's
too.
the second one that I used.
You see the clipping too, you said, someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's interesting, because I did absolutely nothing different from you guys in terms of the image.
I mean, I can assume maybe it's layering, or some other minor thing.
You're the only one that sent me a pre-made token. That is probably the difference. Everyone else just sent me a picture and I made the token. And I pulled it directly from Token Tools.
Which is, I used the exact same program. I mean, I literally exact
Yeah.
same program, same setting, same everything. Even no solid background.
I know, but that's the only thing. That's what I'm saying. Is that's the only difference that I can figure out. But it doesn't make any sense. So
It's got to be something related to Roll20, because I can assume that, they wouldn't do this normally.
I will try some edge correction on the picture then.
yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, and it's frustrating me. So I've been fiddling with it. And, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just try a little bit of edge correction.
Okay, so all right. So let's kind of sort of, now that we've all introduced ourselves and everything, let's go ahead and kind of sort of get into, like, I have a little list of things that I wish to discuss with y'all. It's part of the whole.
Did I
Because, like,
introduce myself?
say it one more time.
Did I introduce myself? Or am I just Mr. Needs a token?
You did, yeah.
Oh,
You did.
yeah, we're busy with your token, so you go ahead and do you.
All right. Hi, I'm Ben. Super veteran role player here. I feel almost ancient sometimes. Uh, in this sort of thing. But the live environment, at least recording wise, is still a new space. So I guess I kind of like it. I also like being a player for a change. Nice, nice. Anyways, I'm playing an Oracle of Life with intent to multi-class in a rogue down the road. Skill Monkey, Blackened, so there will be fire magic being thrown around. Taking a different angle with the character as far as their worldview and existence goes. By the backstory I've created, they survived a magical fire when they were
Or
when
is
they
that
got
me?
caught when she got caught in well, one of the infernal planes. She went to a magic college and some stuff happened there. In any case, when they finally managed to retrieve her, left half of her body was completely scorched, and it's extended to the hands and arms as well. She got mostly better, but there's still some burn scarring left, and the hands are and arms are pretty much probably make scarecrows look really really good. So in any case, yeah, that's the general thing there. Mostly adventuring to try and prove to herself, being the more shyer type that she is, that she can do just as much as anyone else can, despite circumstance. And that's about it.
Okay.
And I should go. I haven't gone either, so I should go
Yeah.
now. So I'm playing the Shield champion brawler, Captain America clone, aptly named Roger Stevens, just for fun. Um, the quick backstory: I come from a line of paladins who were trying to remove a horde of tiefling and goblins from a mountain area, and they eventually were overrun, and the whole all their group was killed. And I've been wandering ever since, just trying to figure out how to exist on my own and find evil to kill.
Okay. Sweet. So this is clarification. Um, so we have Thomas, who is our paladin. Um, let me see if. Thomas has not updated his thingamajigger.
And third try.
Okay, I will. Alright, so I will do that.
Uh, he's
So,
red.
huh?
On Skype, he's red. So he's around, but I don't know.
Yes. He has training in the mornings. Um, so he starts training around 10. Um, and so he will be coming in a little bit later because apparently today's um, he can't tell all these what time he will be finishing, so he will come in a little later. And that's fine. So third try, you said?
Hmm.
Okay.
Uh, and just you've called this zero session. Do we intend to actually play today?
Um, I didn't plan on playing today because I expected things to be a little crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Um, one of the things I was thinking of, I do have it set up to where we can do a little bit of like establishing role play. Um, um, shoot, this on it. To where like we can do the whole basically everybody meeting kind of thing potentially. But because of basically I just expected things to be like crazy and stuff.
Right.
It wasn't we weren't gonna do a lot of um,
Okay.
playing. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Because like I was working really hard. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have all this stuff, and we're gonna do all this stuff, and like initially, and then I was like, wait, I'm gonna get all this planned, and like have all these big plans, and then like something's gonna go wrong, and I realized it might be a little
Yeah.
um. So
Yeah. Session 1 is always hellish.
yeah,
Okay. So that's everyone has introduced themselves. It looks like.
okay. So
Are you positive this is the new token?
give me just a second. This one, no, I am still. Sorry, I got distracted when I was talking to. Um, I'm trying it through a different means, so give me just 1 second, okay? Um, I'm see see it's still not looking right. Give me just a sec. I will. Do you still have the original that you made the token with? The
I
original picture?
I could. I may have deleted it though.
Okay. Um,
Again, try that new token I sent you. I sent you a third one.
that's okay. So new token. So I saved it and all that stuff. Dragging and dropping now.
Ha.
That is the token. I literally saved it to my computer and dragged it and dropped it.
Ha.
Okay, but it looks fine like that.
Now watch, shrink it to the size everything else is.
Now it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what happened?
I don't
I
know. It
just
looks exactly the same on my end.
I
I
maxed out edge
literally.
correction.
Huh?
Ah,
I maxed out edge correction.
that'll do it.
Oh, okay.
So it trimmed away any excess that would cause clipping.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So there we go. We finally have it. Yay. Who just turned my screen pink?
Now I just need control of it.
Is that a
There we
thing?
go.
Hello.
HP
Hello.
spells
Hey.
What's
power.
up?
Sorry about that whole confusion, Thomas.
It's all right. My OSAT just finished, so
Okie dokie. Um, Well, we're still doing the introductory stuff. So if you want, you can introduce us to your character. Clarification while I'm messing with tokens. Do you guys want your tokens to be your name or your character's name?
I have mine set as my character's name.
Always character name, because character names always referenced in the game. And if I remember from the one that Turtle was running, I could not for the life of me remember everyone's names. And if I feel if they're displayed there, in the program to everyone, then it'll be easier.
Right. Totally gotcha. Okay. So, all right, Thomas, why don't you uh, tell us about your character?
Alright. I'm a paladin from a long far away from... Hold on, I need to get my fucking character sheet up. God damn it!
Yeah, I was looking at your stuff. I noticed that you hadn't changed anything yet. So
By the way,
I had no time, sadly, so...
I
by the
know
way,
I realized that.
by the way, Gala, I was messing around with the ruler here. You have the distances set to something other than Pathfinder. So
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I was gonna fix that. I noticed that earlier when I was playing it. Just give me just a second.
okay,
Um. Can you guys edit your tokens, by the way?
Yep.
I can.
Okay.
To the AC and such.
Yeah, more or
AC
less.
stuff and such.
Okay.
I just
Give
have
me
my
just
sheet
a
with me.
second. Settings. Um. Okay. Due to my experience with working as Roll20, I am not entirely certain
Okay.
how to
Okay.
do
What we were
this.
hearing, or sorry.
Oh, sorry. Thomas, tell us.
Right. I'll just read off what I have in my character description so far, but I think it's like incorrect right now, so just bear with me on the description, alright? Or I'll just act out a little bit.
Yeah, because I was about to say,
Oh,
I think that was from when you were still a ranger. It
Yeah.
hasn't been taken into the paladin.
Yeah, I'll have to fix
But
that.
you
I'll
can.
fix that later.
describe, picture what it is now in your head, and tell us, what you're picturing.
Okay. So I am a paladin from a very high standing of clerics and such, trained from the deity of Eomade. Eomade.
Iomade.
Thank you. And I come venturing back from a long haul of spreading the word of Iomade to other paladins in training, to getting an assignment in a very recent tavern nearby. Like, that's all I have so far. So far in my head.
Yeah, he. Um. Yeah, he's basically been in training since he was like little teeny tiny. Um.
I was born into the paladinesque reigns, climbed to the highest of my rungs in the paladin 504 training. I have the highest kill streak.
And he also has.
Uh-oh.
He is basically. Because this is what we discussed. He's basically been sent here um, because of the Technic League and the horrors that it
Yeah.
condones.
Yeah,
Is
goddamn.
okay, so he's lawful good then, huh?
Yes, he is.
By the way, I know very little about the Technic League. The only thing I know is from the player's guide that they're bastards.
Basically.
They have done horrible atrocities to the rungs
So-
of man.
If this technically counts as play, but I'll do it later. I was gonna say maybe I could roll knowledge local regarding them.
Well, this is going to be interesting then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have a
I'm
blackened oracle, and the way she got blackened was because of stuff involving infernal things and demons and stuff. So
So it was hell, not the plane of fire.
no, it was actual hell. So so she's lawful neutral and does have some ties to Asmodeus.
Oh
well.
God.
That's not necessarily her fault, is it?
No, it wasn't.
If
See,
I
her,
just think this could be funny just because of the combo with the paladin in the party. Teeth
I mean,
clench teamwork. Hiya!
So wait, would she have like a really faint aura of evil since she dealt with that deity?
No,
conceivably not.
no. Oracles are not clerics. They do not radiate auras like that.
No, but just from exposure.
By default, no.
Mechanically, no. But maybe we can talk about it. It could be a potential awesome in-character development. I don't know.
Yeah.
okay,
But,
my
Is
brain
she a,
is not working, yo.
is she a
Um,
worshiper of Asmodeus?
huh?
Is she a worshiper of Asmodeus? I would think she would be resentful to whatever burned her.
Oh, she's neither here nor there regarding Asmodeus. I mean,
Interesting.
she understands that her powers come from interactions that she had while she was stuck there, but at the same time, she doesn't necessarily have to like any of it.
I see.
But it's coming to terms with it, and that's where it creates the dynamic in the character, and you know,
Yes, yes,
messes with her
yes.
worldview. That's why she's like shy and stuff because there's people out there who have shunned her and bullied her because demons,
Devils. Why does?
and she's not like necessarily okay with that.
Why am I the only one nerdy enough to know the difference between a demon and a devil?
Oh, I just choose not to chime
I,
in.
I know.
I just,
I
I
know
just
the
use them
difference.
interchangeably. I use them interchangeably, but technically, mechanically, it's a devil.
Yeah.
and people not in game might not necessarily know that either.
Yeah.
The only
See,
thing is,
hopefully, because this is like a foreign land and stuff,
Yeah.
no one would be any the wiser. So she'll probably she'll feel more confident amongst the people.
You'd say
No,
that,
it's
except for we're right next to the world wound.
that's true.
Uh,
That's true.
Okay, those
well,
people, yeah.
right next in the way that America is right next to Canada. I mean, it's not like you're super close necessarily.
It's uncomfortable the amount of troops that come through here.
Okay.
Yeah, but for the paladin in the paladin's case, there is no evil aura or anything that he'd be able to detect.
Okay. All right.
She is lawful neutral.
Uh-uh.
Well, I bought items that I've never bought before, so that's fun.
God. Two stressful situations.
Okay, that should work. I think I fixed it. Took me forever to figure out how. But yeah, like I said, this is the learning curve.
Yeah. Believe me, I get
So-
it.
So, all right. So yeah, those are our players. Fun stuff going on. So okay. Now clarifications. So, this was a 20-point buy. Yeah. So all your characters
Yes.
Yep.
doing all that fun stuff. Um, we will be using hero
Somebody's
points,
got the camera up.
and that would be Puppy.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Puppy. I'm Thomas.
Oh,
Oh, Thomas.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
have-
paying attention.
I'm the
Never
one
mind.
screen sharing.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Sorry.
I mean, someone else was screen sharing this entire time once I got in here, so I was like, oh, screen share. And I have a camera on, so I can show my beautiful bearded face to everybody.
I would love to, except for that my webcam went.
What can you do?
Pretty much. It was old anyway. It was one of those like first gen, like hella crappy ones too. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. Okay, so yeah, we are using hero points, average starting gold, all that fun stuff. Um, um, no words of power. Starting equipment. Everyone um, has all the equipment and everything now
One
that they
sec,
want.
guys. Hello?
God damn it, Darby.
We just start getting going. Ah,
We just started explaining the fucking thing. Ugh.
there's a baby on my feet. Um, don't climb my leg. No, no, baby,
Ice, ice, baby.
no. So is Darby still on the phone?
Probably.
Oh, we lost Ben.
God damn it.
Ow, ow, don't chew on me. Um, so everyone has the starting equipment that they want and everything. That's all sorted out because I know there was kind of like every people kind of were going back and forth a little bit. Um, um, and another thing, clarification. Don't know if this was told. I don't do gold weight because I know it's a little bit like um,
50 to a pound.
yeah, I know that it kind of takes away the realism a little bit, but at the same time,
So basically, gold's weightless.
yes. I know it kills the realism a little bit, but I just, in my opinion, it's like you have to stretch the truth a little bit because otherwise you guys can only carry like some of you guys can only carry like 10 gold, and it seems a little
Well,
dramatic.
that's
I can
that's
only
when you
carry
switch
this
to
much.
platinum coins and you feel rich.
Um, I know, but you can't always do that. You know what I mean? Hi. Um, However, to manage the weight and everything just a little bit, um, I was gonna say like try to limit like when you're going on adventures, like when you're actually trekking out, unless we're going on like a long journey where you're gonna need it. Try to like limit to like taking like 2,500 gold, like because you don't need to carry your entire fortune with you, and the rest I will make available storage in town for. Does that make sense?
Alright.
We can look at the cost of like a typical adventuring trip, like and reanalyze that later, because I know that things get more expensive as we go.
Yeah.
Um, but for now, I don't think you guys need to be carrying 50 million pound, 50 million gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we shouldn't see a couple thousand for a while anyway.
Yeah. Um, so everyone, when it comes to
So, are you
traits,
treating gold as having weight then?
No.
what?
No,
He's joking, I think.
weight on gold is like no gold at all. I mean, I mean, no weight at all. It's
It,
gonna be
it
like
doesn't
fuck.
it doesn't have weight, but it's more of like is aesthetic the
It's
right
I
not
get what
word?
you're
weight, it's
saying.
volume, and you will be robbed if you have a large bag overflowing with clanging shit.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
my only question then is where do we presume our fortune is?
Each
If
big
Um,
city has its own bank, and it's not like you can buy magic items outside the bigger cities unless you're lucky.
um, I will handle that. Don't worry about that. Your money will be safe.
okay,
Unless you do something to piss me off, and in which I will hold your money hostage because I'm an
okay,
evil. Get off, baby. No, that's my mic. I need it. Go play. Um. So but yeah, I just kind of like it. Just I don't know. That's kind of my own tweaking on the ruling, but it works for me. Um, and so traits. Um, did everyone pick two? Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Just curious if anyone took a drawback.
I took a drawback.
All right, you took
I
is blackened a drawback or is blackened your oracle thing?
That's the Oracle curse.
Okay. What was the drawback? Who took the drawback and which one did you take?
I took pride. When someone threatens, accuses, or challenges you, you take a -2 penalty to diplomacy checks and some other checks.
Okay.
That's a hell of a drawback.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Okay.
Then
he
you stop
probably won't be
drawing.
doing any of the actual diplomacy work here, so.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna role play it out though. I mean, in the sense of if anyone does do those things, I'm gonna get in their face and be a dick about it.
Yeah.
So
Makes
I mean,
sense.
I mean, the mechanics are pretty much meaningless. So it's gonna be more of a role play than anything else.
Okay.
Hey,
Mine is drawing on the
within
screen.
within the hour, I'm gonna have to head out. So if we're not gonna really be doing too much this session, I'll probably be going in a sec.
Actually, we do have things that I want to discuss.
Okay.
There is a reason for this. I mean, we're gonna do. I mean, later, after the fact, like after we do everything that I want to discuss, we could do some like character
Yeah.
working on characters or character play.
Which I would love to
Um,
do. I even if it is with just some of the people, I'd like to do that.
There is actually a reason
okay.
why I chose this icon, by the way. Because not many catfolk are paladins, and he is a mask. So
Um, so everyone has kind of got their reasons and motives for their character um, to be in town and everything all sorted. Yeah.
I affirm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so also by the time like I also hoping you guys have a little. I mean, you don't have to share it necessarily, but have at least a basic idea of like your character's personality. Of course, all that can grow and mature and change and all the beautiful stuff that characters do over the course of stories. But
Right.
Yeah. This
um,
one's gonna try not to be an asshole.
other than Thomas, um, generally overlooking all your stuff, there's no other like majorly religious characters.
Oracles technically have religion packed
Who
into them.
put down playing cards? What the f...
Somebody's really bored.
Clearly, I have a sneaking suspicion it might be
Puppy.
Puppy.
It is me. I will hide them if you prefer.
As a fallen
it's
paladin disciple, I was religious, but I have basically renounced religion more or less.
okay.
Really?
Yes.
How does that work as a paladin?
I'm not a paladin. I'm saying I was a paladin trainee or paladin.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well,
So in the past,
well,
the character was a paladin.
Pre level 1, I was a paladin, like a trainee, kind of, on the path to being a
So
paladin.
you're under me, basically.
I'm a non-paladin, so but I will probably roleplay that a bit as being, I don't know, maybe jealous or something of that of you. So find some way to do that because that was my destiny, and that was denied me, or I wasn't able to fulfill that path.
Okay. Um.
Crap! I nearly have a
Okay.
straight.
Okay. So now, we're gonna actually get down to the nitty gritty and kind of figure out some stuff
Didn't-
and how the game mechanics are gonna work a little
Gala,
bit.
we're getting
Okay.
to the nitty gritty shitty.
Okay.
Let's proceed.
Okay.
Let's go.
We're just gonna ignore his little childish thing.
Oh man. Shoot. Should I take a drawback? I'm just thinking about this now. My character would have a drawback. I mean, doubt and dependent would both fit right in with her worldview.
Um.
Actually, doubt fits perfectly.
If you want to take a drawback, go for it.
Whenever you fail a skill or ability check, you take a -4 penalty on that type of skill or ability check for an hour.
Wow.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's great flavor. Um,
Yeah, the whole point is she's like
what?
shy and like doesn't trust herself, so.
Okay.
Because devils.
This is the okay.
Um,
So, um, with that in mind, what are you taking as your trait?
I'm probably going to just pick up
Do you have an origin trait?
origin trait.
A trait that relates to your origin?
Oh, like is that a specific category of traits or?
No, it kind of walks the line between a broad spectrum of available traits. Um, for example, like one set of those would be like a campaign trait. That's just for an example. Like, because I can't remember your reasoning for being in Torch. What was your reasoning for being in Torch?
Well, I guess I could take a religious trait.
you have to be a worshiper of the specific god to do that.
Yeah, that's a religious. You could take a faith trait
Well, I
in
know
which
that's the point. She is a worshiper of a specific god.
Which one?
Asmodeus, I told you already. Remember?
You said she wasn't.
yeah, you said earlier that she wasn't, that she was kind of walking the line.
Well, true. She's not quite there yet, so I think we'll go with a faith trait instead. This makes
Yeah, I was
sense.
about to say if she's not like full it like all the way, then it wouldn't make sense for her to have.
I wonder if anyone's watched Thrilling Intent in here.
Hmm?
What?
I wonder if anyone's watched Thrilling Intent in here. I'm assuming some people have. Judging by the laughter. Gallant, was that you?
No, what was your question? I'm sorry.
I'm assuming some people have watched Thrilling Intent.
Oh, no, I have not.
I have no clue what that is.
Some people laugh, so I know some people have.
Not a clue.
Mm. I'm not sure who the fuck laughed.
I'm just not sure what you said.
It was probably me.
It was probably someone laughing, but they're not entirely sure why they laughed.
Mm.
It was probably me.
Hey, From.
I thought you said that you wonder if anyone's watching the stream with thrilling intent. Like you were like just. I thought that's funny. You know, it's not maybe not be the most entertaining.
Yeah, see, that's what I heard. So
No, I wasn't saying that. I was directly referencing a YouTube series, but whatever.
All right.
Oh fuck. Go on.
Okay, so
Seriously, this shit's getting more fucking crazy with all this blue shit everywhere.
all right. So starting on like talking about things, we're gonna get into kind of like how the system is gonna work when it comes to actually playing games. For example, we're going to talk about how we're going to handle certain situations when it comes to the gaming process. Uh, First on the list is talking about player absences. Um, how do we want to handle that? Um, because, as you know, there's. What on earth are you doing? Roll 20. Um, as you know, there's different ways to handle that. I mean, because um, some do we want to just have you know them poof for a game? Do we want to have them
My general preference is that they not exist for the time that they aren't here, just because it's easier and less management on whoever's part. But
But the problem with that is if they have if they play a role that's in any way important.
Yeah, it's like during a boss fight, you're going to be out of healer. That's not really feasible. You know what I
I,
mean?
I
there's
saw this
It's
always a
real.
good
open.
reason to have equipment for that.
Okay. This is not a I'm going to trump everyone. This is an open discussion. Feel free to
I
voice your opinion.
My personal preference with that is that the basically the character is the characters whose players aren't present, control of them is distributed amongst the players who are there. This is especially true. One thing to consider is that where it regards EXP, there is a difference between having 5 and 6 players. 5 and 4 players are the same. You divide it by 4, but with the sixth player, you get less EXP. So if I guess that depends. Then, do we want to give up a guy and get more EXP that one session? And if so, does that guy get the EXP? Um, uh, or do we want to have sort of keep everyone on one track? I in the Shattered Star game, I keep everyone on one track because it's less paperwork, and I definitely don't want people to be different levels from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like keeping everybody together like that.
Yeah. I just
I mean,
forwarded the Scar of Destiny on the Skype. It's a fun, if you wanted to do that way, that's a fun way to actually mechanically have people drop out and drop back in.
okay. I will take a look at that when it loads. Um,
And it does give the option to you don't have to use it every time someone is gone.
Right.
um, so that's my thing. Is that the common ways to do this are another person playing the character. Uh, I could play it as an NPC, though obviously not ideal for me, though I can do it. Um,
I,
there's them leaving for a mechanical reason, like actually, like going and doing something else for like reasons, or they're there 1 second, then they're not, and then they're back and no one really notices.
I don't really like that.
No, I don't really either. It kind of kills the
Yeah.
mood and the realism for
And the
me.
thing is, in terms of the mechanical reason, there's not always going to be one unless we go for that Scar of Destiny. I would be more than willing, to always play at least one absent person.
Yeah, I played Volda for probably half a dozen sessions now, and it's not that bad to do one other person.
I'm sorry about all that, by the way.
It's not bad. I mean, I know everyone's busy. I mean, you've had all that work stuff lately, and your schedule's not regular based on what you said, so it makes sense. Real life
Okay,
happens. Real life happens is the Cliff Notes version.
basically. Um, like I said, I mean, if you're going to be gone an extended period of time, um, either the Scar of Destiny or basically the whole character leaves the group to do something for an extended period of time, like could be worked out. Um, but the two for me the my favorite option is to allow another character to play the character. Um, but if that is something that you are against, um,
Yeah, I don't care if people want to do it.
Okay. Is there any major objections to that?
No, I mean, like I said, what you could do is sort of what's happened organically in the other game is sort of pairs have sort of developed,
Mm,
where they're it's sort of there's each person knows how to play a specific other character.
yeah.
But I'm willing to play I'm willing to play other people's characters. I think I can manage them well.
Okay. Um, so, um,
Yeah, I can do
um,
it.
another important thing to discuss is calling off sessions. Uh, how do we want to do that? I mean, obviously, since we're talking about playing another character, if we lose a player or two for that session, it won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But, like,
My or I'm sorry, my position on it is the same thing what I do in the other game, which is my threshold is that 3 people have to be here because that would at that point um, three each of the 3 people that's here is playing one absentee's character.
that actually sounds about the same line that I was thinking,
Uh,
provided that people were willing to do that. Does that sound good to everyone?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody can write out a basic flowchart for their combat, then yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna have. That was gonna be part of the thing. Is if you want, you can pair off with other. I mean, like, I wouldn't say like, oh, pick a partner. Like this is science lab because your partner may or may not show up. But just leave a flowchart or something available to me, and I will pass it on to whoever happens to be playing your character at the time. Um, uh, and yeah, as long as it works for everyone. Um, Greg, who's not in the call right now, but he is another player from our other game. He would like to come in and play as well. However, more than likely Greg will if actually now that I know about the Scar of Destiny, that I'm going to talk to him, that most likely will be um, very applicable for him because he's not really very steady for different reasons. Um, and yeah. Um, okay. Another thing is um, and this is harder to do in a call than it would be in like real life. Well, actually, no. Before we get to that, another thing. Breaks. Do we want to have like scheduled stops, like,
um,
or do we
often,
just continue?
often, it sort of becomes clear, like, generally, you know, in gen, very often. Okay, depending on when you will have on when you how many breaks you want to have based on when the game is. So like since our session runs my time from noon to 5ish. I typically basically at some point at 2 something. I typically just when a combat ends at 2 something or is about to start at 2 something. That's when I call a break. So it's a little different each time. Um, so some variety, but with a general concept of what time it'll be, and you can just sort of wait for an opportunity to present itself around then.
Yeah. Mm, okay. That's kind of what I was, because of the whole, especially because like the drama that we had earlier or whatever. Or I was the having a little leeway to play with seemed better, but you know, Just wanted to throw that option out there. Um, by the way, anyone else besides Puppy is completely free to voice because I'm hearing like only Puppy.
Yeah. That's my nature.
So
I'm
I'm
just
I'm
chiming
having
in
a
when
super
relevant.
headache at the moment.
Okay, I mean like I just want to make sure that like I'm getting other opinions. So please voice in and make me not feel like a terrible person that I'm overrunning all of you.
That's kind of your job.
I I know, but um, there's a time and a place for that. This is supposed to be like an open group discussion. You know what I mean? Um, another like okay, but like I was leading up to a second ago. This one's a little harder to tackle um via a call. Um, and that is dealing with out of character stuff. Um, I mean, obviously, if you're talking about, oh, the Niners game yesterday went great, that, we obviously know that you're not talking about the game. Um, but sometimes it's harder to tell, whether or not you're throwing ideas out or you're actually like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Uh, so with that in mind, I don't want to discourage like interplay and jokes and all that fun stuff because that's kind of the whole reason why we're here is have fun and hang out and whatever. Um, but like basically keep like out of character stuff. Um, like keep it to like a reasonable like minimum if it's unrelated to the game. You know what I mean? Like don't get off on a tangent in the middle of a game about you know quantum physics if we're in the middle of
Mm.
a game because two people off talking about quantum physics don't really. I mean, unless you're doing it like via Skype, typing wise. Of course, then by then have at it, do whatever you want, just as long as you're paying attention to the game. Um, and Thomas, this one is directed at you specifically.
What?
I know you love to make quips and jokes, but not every scenario needs your smart alecky mouth.
What?
Did
What?
you hear me?
What do you mean, smart Alec? I've never done that. What are you talking about?
I know you, and you like to make quips and jokes, but
I don't. I have no absolute clue what the fuck you're talking about. Nothing.
of course you don't. That's kind of the whole
Oh,
point.
so for the trait I take it as a result of the drawback, I was looking at bloodline traits, fiend blood.
That came out of left field. What?
Well, you asked earlier, and then you never actually gave me a chance to respond before we started this whole thing about.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I was looking at the bloodline traits. Fiend blood. Blood of fiends taints your line, manifesting physically in some way, though it may be barely noticeable. Huh, I wonder why all those permanent burn scars are there. Considering where she did
Hmm.
spend some time in hell.
Would that affect her blood, though?
I don't know. The way Oracle powers are explained in terms of the lore sense is basically that it calls them divine vessels granted power without their choice, selected by Providence to wield powers that even they do not fully get.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. That makes me like have a question though, because I'm not 100% certain on how this works. Um, is there a difference? Uh, like mechanically or otherwise between. Okay, so when you call something a fiend,
Fiend in this regard, used as it is in Pathfinder, refers to one of several different types of creatures that roam the planes of the outer spheres, Abyss, Hell, and Abaddon. Uh,
So any
it
okay,
can
evil.
also be used as a derogatory term for anything that you feel is abhorrent, degenerate, or corrupted. The usual types of fiends, the things people call fiends, includes asuras, daemons, demodans, demons, devils, divs, chitons, onis, clipiths, and rakshasa.
okay,
That's
You can
all the
also
evil.
apply, yeah, you could also apply the fiendish template to any other type of non-fiend creature to show it's been tainted in some way by
Yep.
fiendish forces and things.
TLDR,
okay,
most evil outsiders.
Yeah.
okay. I wanted to double check that. Uh, so that's definitely doable, especially given what she is and her history. Um, what would the drawback be for that? What does that entail exactly?
Okay, the drawback that was chosen, doubt. You lack confidence in your abilities or confidence in the universe at large. Namely, reflects her shy, timid nature that she's not so sure of herself, especially considering how others have reacted to her, given her new appearance and stuff because of what she went through. Often being bullied and looked down upon, she doesn't necessarily feel a whole lot of self confidence in what she can do.
Okay. Um,
So she doubts herself.
okay. So
That's the
are you are
flavor
you
behind.
adding that? Sorry, I'm a bit confused here. So
Yeah,
is one
remember I stated that I had a drawback, and you asked me what trait are you taking with it because I forgot to mention a trait that comes with the drawback.
yes, okay. Just I was making sure that you weren't like because for a second I thought you were taking a drawback without another trait. So I just wanted to clarify. Okay.
I don't remember who's
Yeah, but
specifically streaming, but do keep in mind that you are streaming.
Hmm?
Uh, n-
Uh,
Not you, but whoever's on Amazon.
uh,
I don't care that they're not on the Roll20 screen, but maybe not Amazon.
Yeah, that's probably a wise call. All right. So okay, actually that sounds good. I like the flavor and everything that it involves. Sorry, I'm big on like detail and flavor. You will learn that. Um,
okay, yeah, no one would have seen anything.
okay. Um, so back to the out of character dealing with thing. Obviously during breaks and before after game, you can BS as much as you want. Doesn't really matter. You can hang out for the next week online afterwards. I don't care. Um, the other thing is, do we want to have a convention for in character things? Um, some common ones are accents or referring to yourself in third person. Um, or do you just want to just use your regular voice, do what you normally do, and just
Yeah.
be
Skip.
smart about like,
I always play my characters as my characters.
Yeah, I think they'll appear situationally, at least for me.
okay, I wanna set it like and have like it set. You know what I mean? To like reduce confusion.
I
So
specifically like to always try and stay in my character when I'm speaking as my character because this way I can separate what is out of character speech from the type of speech that might be used when I'm in character, sort of thing.
yeah, okay, that's good. I like that. I wanna make sure we're all on the same page. Okay. Next item of business. Um, Interplayer conflict. If someone does something that you do not like, you have an issue, bring it to me. You message me on Skype.
Right.
I will work it out. I will fix it. I swear to God, because this has happened. If you start fighting in my game, hell will have fear. Hell hath no fury. Okay? Like, I will be pissed. Because I've been in a game where it happened, and oh my God. They brought such crap down upon themselves. Um, in conflict, like in character conflicts, like for the Oracle and the Paladin, something completely different. Obviously, they need to work that out. That's role play. That's totally different. Um, uh, I'll deal with that accordingly. However, like, don't do like any willful theft or backstabby behavior even in game. I mean, like, I can understand, uh, your characters maybe disagreeing or whatever, but like, don't purposely,
Yeah.
unless it's like absolutely like key to the game at that point. Don't like out and out like pull out your sword and try to chop their head off.
Yeah. That's standard.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, just throwing out everything and getting clarified. Okay. This is something. Next part is something that I do that I like to do. Um. I don't know of too many other GMs that do it. At least not personally. Um. But um. Basically, I need some volunteers.
For what?
Um. I like to have a little bit of like kind of little things that I mean, I will obviously be looking at saving these and everything. Um but like little jobs that I have available for my players to do if they want to. Um for example, like this will all be like mostly out of character stuff. Like as far as I can foresee, unless you guys want to make it like canonical for like end game stuff. Um, I typically have a party chronicler, a treasurer, a recorder, lore master, and possibly even a law keeper. That's what I call them.
Oh,
Um, so basically, in like a breakdown, we have the party chronicler, um, who basically kind of like just jots down notes during the game for like a possible like recap at the beginning of the week. For the next session, like last time on Adventure Friends, we kicked this baddie's ass, and it was funny because he fell into a fire and now he's burned. Ha ha ha! We're evil. um, it doesn't have to be very quick. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I guess if you want to, you can write down, every little detail, but you don't have to. Just kind of like hit the major points. You know what I mean? Um, So at the beginning of the next session, I'll be like, okay, my chronicle or whatever's going on, just in case someone missed like the last episode, especially since we're going to be streaming and people may or may not want to rewatch the whole thing. I don't know. Uh, Another one is a treasurer, um, which is fairly common. I've noticed someone that keeps track of party loot and experience, possibly. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory. Um,
I've been doing that for other game.
Yeah.
I can do it for this one as well.
okay.
Cool.
That is.
Um, Another fun one that could help is separate from the original one, but kind of sounds the same, is the recorder. And basically, they are the ones that it'll probably go to our most knowledgey character, I guess I could say. Um, and that's to keep track of key pieces of information, clues, names, or other details of like important people uh, and
In
like
universe
places.
or out?
Huh?
In universe or out?
Um, I was gonna say out. Chronicler. Actually, well, no. Blah, 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 blah. Chronicler is out. Chronicler is out of game. Everything he does is out of game. He would take note of, oh, we met, Mr. James, and he was having his cart overturned by bandits. That would be out of game. Recorder is specifically in game stuff. Oh, we broke into this vault and discovered the initials EG carved into the side of the cave and with a crudely drawn map that looks to
All
be
right.
where he hid the stash, kind of thing. Make sense?
Yes.
So recorder is specifically in-game stuff. Uh,
Okay.
um, the last two um, could be joined. They're very situational, though. Um, well, the first lore, the party. I know this is also not our type, but I couldn't think of another way to put it. Lore master may not be applicable in this case. Um, and it's basically just to read up on the setting as it applies or I assign it, and basically to answer like out of game like lore related questions, like for example, what the difference between a demon and a devil is.
I know the setting pretty well, though I don't know as much specifically about Numeria.
Um, and so, like I said, that will not be a constant thing. That will only be on an as needed basis. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that can be given to anyone that's willing to like pop on the internet, or pull out a book. Um, that won't be a, a regular deal. Same thing uh, um, with this next one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
God damn.
do you need to go, Darby?
Not immediately.
Okay. Um, there's another thing I call the party law keeper, which is basically just someone who kind of knows their ways around the mechanics and rulings
Uh,
that can that knows how to, in this case it'll probably be a lot more of the pulling up, oh, the ruling says this kind of thing from the internet. Probably that's usually like the what it is, but we have so many people here that kind of know what they're talking about that that doesn't seem to be a necessity in this case. Make
yeah.
sense?
I would recommend that the last two just be a general from the group thing. If somebody
Basically,
doesn't know, we go with it.
basically that's basically what I was getting at. The other two are less specific, more just. But I mean, some games play where there are specific lore masters and lock keepers, but we don't really need it. Um, so that's just kind of gonna be up for grabs, as if. Huh?
I'm back on. Yep. I was screen sharing
Okay.
that again.
Um. So yeah.
Oh, personal information.
Do you guys What do you guys think of this whole idea?
I think it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird.
Hmm? Did you
I,
miss that whole thing, yo?
I heard some games and then blah. I was maybe up for 30 seconds.
Okay, so did you hear me talking about the Lord Master Lawkeeper thing?
Oh yeah, I've been there and commenting.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So yeah. So like I said, as it comes down, there's three um things. Who volunteered to be my recorder? Not my recorder, my treasurer. Party loot experience. Hello.
Somebody did, I think.
I know somebody did.
Did they just leave right now?
I don't know.
I need a BRB real quick.
Okay.
There are now 2 gallons.
See that. Kevin, are you
Yep.
having issues?
Yeah, always.
Okay. So I think. Okay, so is anyone here present the one that volunteered? Should be treasurer, Ben, Gallant,
I
Leon.
can be treasurer. That's fine. Yeah.
Well, somebody already volunteered, and so
I
I
did.
was
That
like,
was me. Yeah. I do it for Shattered Star, so I can do treasurer for this too.
Okay.
sorry for clarification because it's not showing up. Who just volunteered?
Kevin, Vela,
Okay.
or no, it's Kevin. Well, I think I'm Steven in this one. Roger Stevens.
Okay.
Just for the joke.
I know. Um. Okay. So yeah. Um. Who wanted to be the chronicler, which is the outside looking in? Does anyone want to do that?
I think those 2 could easily be done at the same person as well.
You think the chronicle and the recorder can be both?
Yeah. It makes sense, at least, so that we don't have duplicate notes.
Yes. I don't know. I thought I'd offer them separately so that it would kind of possibly reduce the workload for one guy or the other. Um, but um, if you want to, if you think that'd be best combining them, I mean, like the chronicler isn't as much of a big deal, uh, given that we're recording this because you could always just watch it. It's mostly that chronicler is mostly for the ones that either are unsteady and when they play or and aren't recorded. Um,
Honestly, I have a pretty good memory. I feel like I'll just sort of do that naturally.
what, the chronicler or the recorder?
Sort of both. I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't trying to push it onto people, but yeah.
I'll probably be here for pretty much every session. Um, and
When he's not here, I'll do it.
Okay. And yeah, if you want to combine the two, that's fine. So yeah, I just like I don't know, like this is not me trying to like push my job off
We get
onto
it.
you guys, but it's like I don't know, it's a way that you guys get involved and you know what I mean? I don't know. Does that
It
make
is
sense?
an interesting thing. I will give it that. This is the first time I've ever seen any sort of such system used in something.
Yeah.
Typically, the players start doing it on their own anyway, so I've never really had to actually mention it.
Yeah. Generally, out of game, characters just generally or people talk about what happened and you know process.
Yeah. So okay. So um, that is all I had on my list of things to discuss. Um, is there anything else that you guys wish to discuss? Um, about the games, about characters, about anything like that?
Nothing I can specifically think of.
Nothing here.
Okay. So why don't we take a break for a little bit? Say maybe 5, 10 minutes max. Let everyone get something to drink, food, anything you want, while I get everything set up, and we'll do some character play. Yeah?
Cool.
Darby, if you need to take off now, now would be the time. If so, see you next week or Monday, I guess, actually.
I'll go get my mom. Thank
Acknowledgement
you.
somewhere.
I don't know. All right. Yeah. Back in 5 then.
All
Okay.
right.
I'll probably take 5 or 10. Yeah.
All right.
Huh?
Mhm.
So the discussion's done?
Yes.
Alright. Sorry about that. I had to
I'm
use the
back.
bathroom, and now my grandpa's here, so I gotta get going. I'll talk to you guys later, okay?
Okay.
Yup.
Alright, you have a nice day.
Just realized I was talking to him that whole time, and I was muted.
That sucks. Did we lose somebody else, or was that a timeout?
I don't see Puppy.
Hmm.
Hello?
Hi, welcome back.
Yep.
Hello. Sorry, just a second. We will be ready. I had a bit of a strange issue with um it's mostly me trying to figure out game mechanics and other such fun stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Uh so
Sorry if I'm a bit quiet here. I'm eating some food right now.
it's okay. Um
Yeah, I'm trying to minimize background noise too.
Okay. Puppy.
What?
Um, I cannot remember. There's a snap to grid function, isn't there?
I think it's on a. What are you trying to do?
Well, I have the map.
All right. So, what? First, there's two things you have to do. First, you have to make it the same size. Do you know how to do that?
Um, like the same size as the piece of.
Make the squares on the map the same size as the squares.
Okay.
If we're gonna have a lot of problems on this, I might duck out because my head's really hurting for now.
Okay. Um, it's taking longer. There was with the whole issues of it not being sent to Pathfinder.
Yeah,
I have to fix stuff.
yeah, I figured.
So
I'm gonna just rest for a little bit because my head's really hurting.
okay.
So I'll see y'all next time, I guess. I think.
Right, later.
Toodles.
Later.
Bye.
There we go. That is why I was having issues.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving probably around in about half hour or so.
Okay.
So just FYI. And I posted that document to the group for everyone to fill it out, and I put a column in there for if people want to do a guide on how to play their character if they're not going to be here, so they can fill that out if they want.
I still need permission to access that document.
Oh, that was yeah. I'll have to log in. I got a bunch of emails. I don't check the email. But I use different emails for different things. And
Yep.
I see that now. Open sharing settings. Um, let me see. Um, change. Anyone with like save. Okay, try it now.
All right, so almost
Yeah,
finished
looks
in
good.
here. Anything that I need to do left, or should I just wait until you guys finish your stuff? Basically, am I done with all the paperwork side of things?
Mm, maybe, apparently.
I think so, because I mean, I already figured out I have drawback already accounted for, traits accounted for, everything's accounted for. Hero Lab is
Well,
saying there's nothing wrong.
I have access to the document, but I can't edit anything.
Which document?
I
Uh,
can
Iron Gods?
can edit. Try it now. That's my bad.
Let me refresh and see if it does it.
Someone trying to edit something?
Yeah, I got it now.
Okay. It should work now. Oh, puppy's computer crashed.
Well, I don't think he has an SSD, so it'll be a while.
But yeah, I know. Like I was playing Gala, I'm not 100% sure how to play some for features, so it'd be nice to have a guide or explaining it, and just if you have any macros, copy them to an Excel doc, and I think that would be a big help if you're not going to be there for a day.